Season 7, Episode 9 of Clone Wars, Old Friends Not Forgotten, is the best thing Star Wars since 2015 at least. And really, when this arc is over and we've got all 4 episodes to put together into kind of a movie, it might be the best thing since Return of the Jedi. That's how strongly I feel about what I watched yesterday. Over the course of the week, I'm going to be doing some different videos on this. And honestly, I sat down and I was going to make a recap, and I've been working on that for the last 2 days. But I realized how deep this episode was and how much was really going on, how emotional it was, how much time and effort they put into this, that I realized that there's no way I was going to get it done this quickly. So I wanted to have something. I wanted to show you and tell you what I thought about this episode. Then I'm going to work on a few different videos that kind of break down different parts. I think there was 2 main storylines within this episode. There was Anakin reuniting with Ahsoka, showing where they both were in their relationship and how much Ahsoka had matured, and showing how much closer Anakin is to the Anakin of Revenge of the Sith. That was very important. And then there was the actual Siege of Mandalore part where Ahsoka and Bo-Katan went to Mandalore. And really, as I'm writing and getting this recap together, I think that the first half is going to be much longer for me, because I think that that really has so much depth to it. I think it helps explain just why Anakin was so easily turned to the dark side. And it was such beautiful writing. I mean, this episode was cinematic. The music, I mean, it started off with the theme to original Star Wars. And then the music within it borrowed a lot of different pieces from all the Star Wars films. I'll be surprised if, when these 4 episodes are done, if we don't get a separate part in Disney Plus where it just says Clone Wars, Siege of Mandalore. I really think this is going to be able to stand alone as its own movie. And I really hope that they end up taking this thing and putting it in theaters when theaters do end up opening back up. You know, sometime maybe even in November. So, I mean, even though I probably will have seen this arc 10, 15, 20 times by then, I would totally pay extra money to go see it in the theater. The things that really stood out to me was just how much Ahsoka had changed. And that last arc, I know, wasn't everybody's favorite, but it kind of showed how she came to be who she is, how she became the Rebels version of Ahsoka, and eventually Ahsoka the White that we see at the end of Rebels. The way she looks at the galaxy as a whole, the way she looks at the Jedi, has fundamentally changed. And in this episode, you could tell that as much as she wanted to really be close to Anakin again, she also so badly wanted to continue her journey of being something other than a Jedi, that getting too close to him, I think she knows that could bring her back. She could get pulled back in, and I think she's really guarded in that situation. The other thing I noticed is that there's 2 versions of Anakin in this, and I think it's beautiful how they wrote that. There's this cocky, arrogant version of him in the opening battle. There's this other version of him that once his emotions get stirred at all, he becomes this normal young adult that's unsure of himself. I mean, that scene where he's walking in to find out who had given him a transmission, he walked in and he just seemed so confident. And then as soon as he sees Ahsoka, his just facial expressions changed. And that's one of the things too, is if they would have tried to make this 6 years ago, then I really think that they wouldn't have been able to pull that off as well. The fact that animation has gotten as good as it is right now meant that they could really show the emotions on his face. And that really made the episode for me. Anyway, so I'm going to be working on at least a couple different breakdown videos, I guess. And I'm going to go deep. Like, I think that there's so much to this. I think that it really explains a lot about how Anakin becomes who he is. I think it explains a lot about how Ahsoka becomes who she is. I think as this arc goes along, the friendship between Ahsoka and Rex is going to be so bittersweet. I mean, those 2 end up becoming such good friends even beyond this in Rebels. And how heartbreaking it's going to be when this arc is over and those 2 have to leave each other. I mean, I have so many different thoughts about this episode. So much more than what I thought I was going to. that I'm even rambling right now, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this kind of a little bit shorter, so that I can really dig in and actually start writing and do a proper video on this. Over the past few months, I really haven't felt like there was anything Star Wars that I could really gravitate towards and that really made me excited. I mean, I liked Rise of Skywalker, I liked The Mandalorian, and I liked these first couple arcs from Clone Wars. But this is the first thing Star Wars that's really stirred me to where I have already watched it 4 times and I'm eager to watch it again, where I feel like there's so much in it that I feel like I could talk to other people about it for hours upon hours, and I haven't felt that way about any kind of media in quite a while. And maybe I'm overreacting to this. Who knows? Maybe it's a self-isolation in the quarantine. But I'm really looking forward to you guys seeing the videos that I have coming up. So once again, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. I will post my first breakdown by Monday, and I'll have another one done before the next episode comes out. I'll also be live streaming at least 3 or 4 times between now and then on Battlefront 2, so you can check that out. But anyways, I gotta get going, otherwise I can just keep talking about this. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.